get the checklist going. Game audio's looking good. Mic audio's looking good. YouTube preview is up. That's going. That's good. I think we're good to go. I think everything's all good and hunky-dory. I'm assuming. Let's roll with it. Hey there, hi there, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. Happy Friday. Big day here, end of the week. Day 2 of the Cosmic Ghost Rider grind. For those of you who are grinding for him as a 3-star, 4-star, or 5-star, wish you guys the best of luck on that. Me, on the other hand, I'm just doing a casual 1 to 5% milestone grind for the featured 5-star Cosmic Ghost Rider. So, gonna be doing that, just putting up points. That's the goal. If I don't wind up getting there, that's not the end of the world. But just casually playing, having some fun, and scoring some loot along the way. Right now, I'm just burning some energy here in AQ or in the monthly quest, and then just jump right on over to Arena. Excuse me. That's a fun way to start. But before I get too far along, I do want to welcome the latest vonSubs to the channel. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for finding the channel and the depths of the YouTubes. Cheers on digging the videos put out so far and are interested in the videos yet to come. Always got cool stuff coming down the pipes. Got stuff in the editing bay. I got some big announcements coming for the channel here as early as next week. Just holding off on that for just a minute. But if everything keeps going the way it's going, there are good things in store. If I'd tell you guys for sure. It's nice to be able to just sit down, take a deep breath, and relax. I hope your day is going well here so far. Let's see if I can just say something in the say something box here. Get that going too. Haven't done that for a long while, I realize. That's my bad. Hey there, hi there, everybody. Hey there, hi there, everybody. And yes, I am going to pin that with the spelling mistake because no regrets, right? Awesome. All right, so that's probably good enough for that for right now. Let's see, defenders are placed for a W. Got 2 wars left for the season. I don't know about you guys and however you guys are doing with your alliance war, but for me, I'm very excited about almost being done. And hopefully, score some of that sweet loot to boot. Loot to boot. So we're gonna be starting off here with some of the 6 stars. Get them going. Get them on cooldown. Most importantly. That way they're up and ready to go come morning again. Get some more points there. Cutoff seems to be somewhere in the 20 mil range for 1 to 5%. Seems to be the usual 15 mil for 11 or for 6 to 11. So on and so forth. So see how long that trend keeps on going for. But then again, this is the first major grind with the new arena system. Second featured champion, brand new featured champion, but for whatever reason, nobody seemed to be really excited about Red Goblin. Space Ghost, on the other hand, seems to be the exact opposite of that. Everybody seems to want a Space Ghost, so scores subject to change. Freaking Mojo. I hate fighting Mojo. This guy's such a pain in my tuchus. Milk stopping in, saying hello. Well, hello, back at you. Happy Friday, bud. Good to see you. Always a pleasure. Let's get him KO'd before that degen does me in. And we're off to the races. Boink. So what I didn't realize is that we are just about due for the next announcement of whatever next month's stuff is. Because, and I only just realized that because, you know, hey, Space Ghost is in Arena. He's the second champion of the month, and October is practically over already, which is very, very freaky to me. So I'm hoping sometime in the next, I don't know, week and change, we actually get our first tease for whoever the new champs are going to be for next month. I think that'll be pretty fun, as well as whatever next month's content is going to be. Whether they wind up getting to the quote-unquote Summer of Pain, or Autumn of Agony, or Winter of Wumbo, whatever it's going to be. Hopefully that starts to come out next month sometime. Get that all good and in before Thanksgiving, before the whole Cyber Weekend festivities, and before everyone gets going with this year's gifting event. Whatever incarnation this year's gifting event winds up taking. I think they said last year that there wasn't going to be a traditional gifting event as in years previous. Maybe it wound up being like some variation of a solo objective, which I wouldn't be opposed to. But it'd be also interesting to see what the gifting champs are going to be. You know, not that I'm going to get them, because the odds of getting any of them are practically slim to nil. But at the same time, too, it's always fun to see, you know, Thanos come back around, Kane come back around, and whoever else this time as a nice little carrot to dangle in front of people. Oh man, 7 minutes into the stream, that is yawn number 1, everybody. That, not quite a new record. Pretty close, but not quite a new record. Pew, pew, pew. Milk asking, hey Rob, do you know how to play Ghost at all? I do, as a matter of fact. I'm not going to claim to be an expert or master Ghost player, but yeah, I'd say I play Ghost pretty well. That's the thing with this game, is that there's always room to learn something new, and I'm always down for that. But did you have a question about something specific about Ghost, or? Because I would be more than happy to at least give you my 2 cents. Zappy, zappy, zap. Dex back here, go back in, counter the special 2. Awesome. Get that rolling. Alright, so next up, let's throw Gamora, let's throw Storm, and let's say Jiggly Knot, for good measure. Any idea what to do when the AI is very passive? Best strat for that is to either... Well, it's twofold. First, you're going to want to just like keep punching into their block and try and get them back in the corner. And then, if they're back in the corner, assuming they don't have a full bar of power yet, you could just keep heavy cheesing them until they get a full bar of power. That way Ghost can build up her buffs, and then hopefully that winds up convincing the bot in the corner to actually throw a special. Because as soon as they throw a special, then, you know, that's your open window and you can go to town. If it's a node that's making the AI super passive, it may not be a bad idea to bring a hood with the ghost. That way you can just play. You can still play smart, but still play a bit more cavalierly. And that way, if you push them to 3 bars of power, then you can just phase back uh, and just eat the damage because of the hood synergy. If it's just the AI itself that's just playing passive, because bots in Arena still wind up doing that all the time, then well, then that's not as much fun. That's not as much fun. At that point, you're going to need to just play defensively. You aren't going to be able to capitalize as easily on the traditional ghost rotation or relying on super aggressive AI. You know, it's more of like fight or flight survival mode at that point until they either throw a special and it gives you an opening, especially if you have a wasp with you too, to give you the unblockable specials. But yeah, I mean, if that winds up being the case, then I wish you the best of luck. There isn't a super solid, reliable way of dealing with that. It's just, you know, trying not to get hit, which I hate that advice. It's because it sounds on its nose like it's so. Not, yeah, it sounds like obvious. Like, yeah, just don't get hit. But I mean, really, at that point, if the AI is not playing game or playing ball, and you're doing everything you can, unfortunately, with this game and the way that it's laid out, sometimes you just wind up finding yourself in that position, and it's just survival mode, which is super annoying if that winds up being an Alliance Quest event or Alliance War event that happens. Cheers, all. Alfonso stopping in saying, hey. Well, Alfonso, hey. Back at you. Happy Friday, my friend. Good to see you. I got Ghost, Omega Red, and Human Torch in my opening today. Those are some sick pulls. Extremely, extremely lucky. Big congrats to you, first and foremost. But, yeah, those are 3 god tiers out of your pulls today, so awesome, Milk. Big congrats. Are you able to rank them up, or you gotta sit on them for a bit to wait for rank up materials? Fonzo's about 800,000 in Aegon Arena. There you go. Keep going. You're doing good. Wish you the best of luck there, bud. Keep up that pace. You should be on track for good things to happen. Because we are almost halfway through. So yeah, I mean, keep up the good work, bud. Keep up the good work. If you have any arena boosts too, just to speed things up a little bit on your end, I'm just saying this as assuming you haven't. If you have, keep up the good work, obviously. But if you haven't, if you got some arena boosts from those solo crystals, it's not a bad idea to pop some of those too. Make your life a little bit easier. I've got all the resources and an awakening gem for my man, Omega Red. There you go. Well, big congrats to you all the same. You are well on your way for some very cool things. Kicky. Opened a crystal, and one of them was a red goblin. There you go. What flavor? 3, 4, or 5 star? Or 6, I suppose. Pulling a sub-featured out of the crystals, especially for a one-shot, is fantastic. especially if you go into and see what the odds for that are. Because I think collectively overall, for all the different levels, it's what, like a 4% chance, maybe, per crystal to get a featured or sub-featured. Probably a little bit less. Oh, it was one off. Ah, that's what you mean. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that then. They're teasing you. They do that on purpose. They definitely do that on purpose. Trying to get you incentivized to do another. Punchy, punchy, punchy. Kiki, kiki, kiki. Bloop. There's that. We're well on our way. So right now I'm at a 9 mil. 9 mil out of the 20 I need to get to, so I am a bit behind. Not bad though. I think maybe I've only sat down for maybe a half hour worth of arena grinding here today. So I mean that is to be expected, but you know, however it winds up playing out, I am okay with that. Maybe one of these days they're going to wind up buffing Champion, updating his Champion of the Universe passive? Is that what you call it? Because it's not a synergy. Would Omega Red be a good rank 3? Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Omega Red is arguably one of the best mutants in the game, if not the best mutant in the game, arguably. So yeah, the higher you can take him up, especially if he's awakened, yeah, go for it. This is the fact that he benefits from having from bleeding, from having double edge turned on, from liquid courage, those masteries, and can heal, and his spores do crazy damage, and he's a mutant, so he synergizes with some of the best synergy champs in the game. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Go big. Do that. Punchy, punchy, punchy. Kicky, kicky, kicky. Get out of the way of Namor and all his nonsense. Going for the shock. Just parry him so I don't get all that damage reflected back on me. Kind of defeats the purpose. Man, I'm getting Thronebreaker today. Feels good, man. Yeah. There you go. That is a very good feeling. Just in time, too, as I'm assuming some of that Thronebreaker loot is going to be coming out next month. Like the next step of the spicy rewards. Oh, yeah. The only thing, and it would be remiss of me not to say it, before you rank them up, just as the plain devil's advocate, is that Omega Red does not have a great prestige. It's not bad, but nowhere near the best. So, just keep that in mind, I suppose, if that's something that's important or is going to factor in being important. Just keep that in mind. But I mean, that being said, you know, Corvus doesn't have great prestige, Ghost doesn't have great prestige, but those are two other really obvious rank 3 options too. So just something to keep in mind. Me personally, if I had an Omega and an Omega that was awakened, I would take him to rank 3, come hell or high water. Because, yeah, he's just going to do a whole heck of a lot of stuff for you. That's so cool. And, I mean, especially if you pair him up with some of the other Synergy members. Like, I've got the 5-star version. He's just so much fun to bring into Alliance War with Sabretooth and with Void. Yes, I mean, those two synergies by themselves, Sabretooth increases the duration that his spores stay active for, and he gets spores faster that way, and then Void increases the damage that the spores do. So yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong. Boink. Knocking for prestige, got bored of AQ a while ago. Good. Good. I was just going to pivot and then go down a tangent / rant road again and just lament how much I hate prestige. I hate prestige so much. It's such a... I understand why it exists, but I just hate that it exists. It just sucks the fun out of the game. Because, I mean, really, that's what it should be. Rank up the champs you enjoy playing, whoever they are, no matter how good, quote-unquote, they are, or where they fall on somebody else's, you know, rankings list. Because, I mean, heck, at the end of the day, they're your champs on your game, and whoever it is that you are going to rank up, you are going to wind up playing them a lot. So they may as well be someone fun to play, as opposed to someone that just gets ranked up and then sits on your bench because... why would you use them? Doink. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Boink. It's not skill-based, so it's frustrating. Yep. It's not skill-based, and it's completely RNG-based is what it is. Again, I understand it as a way to be a tiebreaker between alliances. I just hate that it factors so heavily on one of the biggest modes of advancement in the game. Because, I mean, really, that's what it is at the end of the day. I mean, there's 3 modes, reliable modes of gameplay to get resources, right? There's the monthly quest to get rank up resources. There's Alliance War to get resources, and Alliance Quest to get resources. And it is not an equal distribution of loot between the 3. So, anyway. That's my journey down rant road. Rank up who you want. Have fun. That's the moral of the story. That's what I do. And I encourage anybody and everybody else to do the same. Because, I mean, really, at the end of the day, people would not rank... Elsa would not be, I think, most people's first choice to take up to rank 3. But to me, it was a no-brainer. No-brainer. I would do it again today, in a heartbeat. Because she's fun to play, she's super useful, and she's just got utility for days. Same with the Storm Pyramid X. Take her up ahead of like Sunspot or Namor or any of those other more traditional prestige rank ups. Still would do it again in a heartbeat. Because she's amazing and I love playing her. PC stopping in saying, finally, the champ has come back to Rob vonShoe's stream. What's up, PC? Happy Friday, my friend. Always a pleasure seeing you. How in the heck are you? And how in the heck is it Friday already? Feels like I was just saying Monday to everybody. Who are my rank 3 champs? So, I have Thor Ragnarok. I've got Stealth Spidey and Elsa as skill champs. I've got Storm Pyramid X as a mutant. I've got Captain Sparkles as a cosmic. Doctor Doom as mystic. And Ghost as tech. So I've got at least one in every class now, which is pretty cool. I am about to take up another tech champ to rank 3. I'm about to take up another cosmic to rank 3, and I'm about 20% shy to take up another skill champ to rank 3. So cool stuff on the horizon. I just, you know, it's the constant dry spell of just not enough rank up materials to go around. It's like a forced bottleneck, it feels like. I've been super, super lucky with tier 5 CCs. Didn't start out that way. Did not start out that way. I started off with 3 skill tier 5 CCs and nobody used it on. I was thinking Ronin at first, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but I wasn't excited about it. Then I duped Thor Ragnarok, so I was like, well, alright. I needed the prestige at that point, so I ranked him up for that. And it wasn't until after I ranked him up and actually started playing him that I found out I actually very much enjoy playing Thor Ragnarok. And I think he gets a really bad rap. But yeah, let me try that again. I'm actually really happy that I did take him up. He's fun to play. And then just got super lucky with skill pulls after that. Wound up pulling a Stealth Spidey and Elsa about, I don't know, in the same opening. I had 3 6 stars, and one of them was Stealth Spidey, and the other one was Elsa. So it worked out. Hope I'm drinking the special Kool-Aid. It's the weekend. Yeah, it's the top shelf Kool-Aid. Bring that out for special occasions. As a matter of fact, I'll drink to that. Cheers, PC. I don't have one rank 3. You'll get there. You'll get there. I think the best piece of advice that I've heard about rank 3s is to not rush it. Especially now that, you know, Thronebreaker is a thing and you need at least one rank 3 to get Thronebreaker. Still, at the end of the day, the most important thing is to just not rank somebody up purely for the sake of just ranking somebody up. Rank up somebody who you thoroughly enjoy playing. Because there's no take-backsies. That's my adult professional opinion. That there's no take-backsies. Because these rank up materials are still so freaking hard to come by. That may wind up changing come Cyber Weekend. If you are in the market for that, or if you've got enough units saved up for that. I do anticipate that is going to change Cyber Weekend, but for now at least. I don't even have a rank 2. You'll get there too. You'll get there too. There's no rush. There's no hurry. It's just all good fun. Boink. Boink. What I do think, though, is that it is definitely high time that they have the dual-class 6-star crystal available. Because they came out with the 5, and then like 3 weeks later they came out with the 4, and that's all good and great and whatnot. But especially since, you know, they're requiring that rank 3/4 throne breaker. I mean, come on now. Come on now. Is there really gonna break the game if you got a 6-star dual class? Those are so freaking few and far between. Still hard to get. It's not gonna break the game. You're just gonna do everybody a solid. Come on. Come on, Warlock. I don't appreciate this dance. Thank you. Boink. Get out of here. Yeah, goofy robot. So what's new, everybody? What's the latest and greatest? How's everything going in your world here? It's still freaky to me that October is practically over. This time next week is Halloween. Well, next week tomorrow, but that's just so freaky. All right, Milk. Take care, bud. And congrats again on those early rank ups. Slag stopping in saying TG Ivy F. Thank goodness it's verily Friday. That's my guess, and I'm sticking to it. And Tom saying howdy, Rob. Howdy, chat. Well, howdy, Tom. Good to see you, my friend. Always a pleasure. I still love that Colossus Naruto runs into opponents. Like, he doesn't telegraph himself enough. It's like, we get it, dude. You're throwing a special. You don't need to, like, Naruto run into us, too. Alright, dude. Special me, please. Thank you. So I just had a super random thought. But, what's the latest thing that Michael B. Jordan was in? Because I can't remember. Was it the that movie with Denzel? Because I think that had even been a while, right? Because that was early this year, right? Pre-COVID. Hey, it's my my inverse, my doppelganger. What's up, not Rob vonShoe? How's it going, bud? Happy Friday. I know, Colossus just thinks he's the bee's knees. Hoping we get the Roblin gameplay and laugh. If nothing else, I'll do one by the end of the stream, just for kicks. I still gotta finish that up. Oh, well, crash number 1 for the evening. Cool. Appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Still hope that they wind up fixing that sooner than later. Because I don't appreciate the game crashing every 45 minutes. And really, that's what it is. I've started to time it. It's about every 45 minutes it decides it just wants to go kerplunk. Come on. Come on. That works. Why do you gotta be so aggressive, my dude? Actually, that actually kind of worked out pretty good. Now I just need you to special me, please. Thank you. And because there's a torch on the team, I had to make sure to avoid that, or else I'd have gotten burnt. I don't want to get burnt. Special me again, please. Come on, dude. You're a 6-star. I'm fighting with class disadvantage. At least be a pal and throw your specials and give me a chance. There we go. Slag saying he's supposedly going to be doing an episode of What If as Killmonger, of course. Oh, that'd be fun. Like, what if Killmonger won? I think it'd be fun. I know there was rumor, or at least wishful thinking, that Killmonger didn't die at the end of Black Panther 1 and then would somehow make an appearance in number 2. But, I mean, that whole franchise kind of has gotten its head turned upside down, unfortunately. I hear there's pressure for Disney Plus to release Black Widow on their channel. It would be the smart thing to do. Because, I mean, that movie is going to wind up coming out a year after its intended release date, right? And just push the entire MCU back on a year because of it. I understand why they aren't excited about it, just because Mulan tanked, and that's what they did with Mulan, is that they put it on Disney Plus. I think that they're reading more into the numbers that it tanked as opposed to why it tanked, because it was a movie that I don't think many people were asking for in the first place. I'm not a big fan of the Disney live-action movies, personally, but you know, at the end of the day, the numbers kind of speak for themselves too, and I think they kind of want to try and avoid that. Get people back into theaters, get that habit or that routine back and going again. Hoping things are better come, was it March now? Again? That having been said, if they do release it on Disney Plus, I most certainly will be purchasing a viewing party. I feel bad for Scarlett Johansson because for one, she finally got her movie, right? She's been playing second fiddle in somebody else's movie ever since Iron Man 2 back in, was it 2008? And they only now are giving her her own movie, despite the fact that she's got pretty solid acting chops. And she's been playing the role for over a decade. So for all of this to kind of befall the movie too, it's just really unfortunate for her professionally. Obviously, there are much more important things going on in the world. I'm just saying, just taking a step back from all of the obvious, that is a bummer. They need to make money while the cinemas are closed and Disney Plus has to compete with Netflix and others. Yeah. I mean, I think they're going to be sitting pretty good here for the next month or so, because Mandalorian starts coming out next month, right? Early November. So, I mean, I think they're going to be okay viewership-wise that way. But, I mean, the fact that Disney owns, like, everything. Well, and then the other thing, though, too, is that I don't know if you guys had heard the news about the one of the more recent lawsuits, is that they finally broke the cinema chain grip hold on distribution. So now individual production companies, i.e., Disney, can own a physical movie theater. Because before they had to, go through the typical outlets, right? The Regals, the Edwards, the MCs, and whoever your local chain is. Now you can have like a Disney-owned theater, right? So I think part of that too is now that they can do that, they have even more incentive to make sure that that industry isn't dead by the time everybody is able to get back and do that comfortably again. I love the cartoon Mulan, but I had no desire to see the live one, let alone pay $30 or whatever it was. Yeah, it was $30. $30 for a rental. You had it for a day, a couple days. Like the catch there is that you can invite your whole family can watch it. You can invite friends and the neighbor and the mailman. You can all have like one big massive watch party. So it balances out that way. But I mean, if you're just watching it by yourself at home, it's $30 is a big ask. Come on. Come on, big fella. Boink. Ah, almost had it. Sloppy. We're just about ready to give up TV. We have about 4 streaming services, and it's still cheaper than cable satellite. Yeah. Yep. Same here. We got Netflix. We got HBO. Amazon comes with Amazon Prime, which we have already just for the shipping. So it's like, hey, cool, we get a service with that. And then Disney Plus, because still on the that initial 3-year early access bargain sale that they were doing before it launched, where effectively like a year is like, I don't know, $10 or something like that. I forget the exact number. But yeah, I mean, then everybody else is doing their own version too. You got the Peacock Network, you got CBS doing their thing for Star Trek. It's like, that's nice. I'm good, but go for it, guys. Quibbly just shut its doors after, what, 6 months? So it's dog eat dog. COVIDly speaking, I think most watch parties are online. I don't think Disney thought that through. To be fair, though, COVID. Yeah. Oh, I agree. Well, that, and I mean, to be entirely frank, too, that movie wasn't going to make most of its money in an American audience. And that isn't knocking the movie, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, and I'm not saying that they can't do that. But I suppose that does wind up factoring in a little bit too, as far as their marketing goes. I mean, same was true of the the Godzilla movie, the last one, with was it Bryan Cranston, and then Ken Watanabe was in there. That was the same story, as well as what was that? What was Matt Damon, right? That god awful Great Wall movie from a couple years back. And again, nothing wrong with that. But I mean, be upfront and frank about what it is. It's a foreign film that's being distributed in America. And that's cool, you know? I mean, just look at Parasite. That's what that was, and that movie was fantastic. But they were frank about it. Dan Loeb has roughly a 1 billion stake in Disney Plus and is pushing for Black Widow to be shown on Disney Plus. Well, isn't that interesting? Huh. I think probably the biggest, just as large of a thing to consider with that too, is that if they do wind up releasing it now, or November or December or whatever it is, it's still 3 months before their newly readjusted release schedule, right? And because everything else is interwoven, you know, certain things need to come out before certain other things to make sense continuity wise. So I don't know how that would work with Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision, seeing as how what both of those are coming out this year, or Falcon and Winter Soldier at least for sure. Like if they wound up having to either readjust the story so as to not spoil the other that got shuffled around, or if they had to rewrite the story with the current story in mind. How many shoes could a shoe Von rob if a shoe Rob could rob vonShoe? Exactly 6.5. 6 is not nearly enough, and 7 is just would actually break the seams of the box. So 6.5 exactly is exactly how many shoes. Now you know. Just keep that in the back of your mind for next trivia night, and you'll win all the points. All the points. Boink. Doink. Yoink. Dabbin stopping in and saying, hey. What's up, Dabbing? Is it just me, or do you kind of look like KT1? Maybe. Secretly, we're actually the exact same person. It's just a secret identity thing. So, like, he's got the Clark Kent bit going where he's got the glasses on, and as soon as he takes off the glasses, then boom. Superman right here. Yeah, I mean, sorta. I think my beard's a little bit darker, but I could see it. I could see it. Wet Milk stopping in saying, what's up, everybody? What up, Milk? Happy Friday, my friend. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. If Mulan was released in a theater pre-COVID, they would have made their money back. I think this is a huge wake-up call. The times, they are a-changin'. Maybe. Because, like, it's following up from Lion King, which did well enough by itself, but I think that's more due to just, like, cute animals on screen as opposed to the story. Like, the prior live actions hadn't really done super hot. So I think it would have made more money, yes, but I don't think it would have been the blockbuster they were hoping it would have been. That having been said, I 100% agree with you that it really is a wake-up call. And we'll see what winds up happening. I know for me personally, I enjoy film. I enjoy a tight 2-hour story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. But if I'm looking for a in-depth, engaging story, it's much more satisfying to see something in a serial format over the course of several seasons, you know. Because like you would never be able to do a Breaking Bad on screen in a 2-hour format, or even something nearly as complex on that level. And as I understand it, it's a lot cheaper to produce a series like that as well. Certainly saved you a heck of a lot of money on marketing. So I don't know, we'll see. That having been said, a theater is always a wonderful and obviously the much preferred option for the blockbusters. Look at Chris Nolan. Most anything Chris Nolan does, right? He designs his film specifically for IMAX big screen. And there's a huge difference between seeing, Inception on the big screen with a surround sound and Inception at home on your TV or your device, your computer. Still fun, still a fun movie, but not nearly as, I don't want to say engaging, but enveloping as seeing it in theaters. Speaking of checking up on people and seeing what they've been up to, I'd be very curious to see what Hans Zimmer is up to. Boink. Davin, I'm doing pretty good. It's been a good week. It's flown by like super quick. Like just looking back and seeing all the things that I've done though, it's been a productive week, but at the same time too, it's still like, dang, it's Friday already. There we go, cool. Now I've got my lightning tempest up so he can't get stunned anymore. If you can kindly throw your special 2, please. You jerk. Son of a gun. Don't worry guys, this is the new AI. It's much more aggressive. Tom saw episode 8 of Daredevil season 1 earlier. It is very good so far. Yes, it is. How about that hallway fight from, was it episode 2? Episode 3, I think. That is a bona fide one-shot and is absolutely glorious. Don't worry guys, this is the much more aggressive AI. Definitely not prone to just like turtle up in the corner and do nothing. Actually, I got 7 of these up. What do I care? It's unblockable. Oh, so we got lucky to get a 5-star APOC. Yes and no. I feel super lucky to have a 5-star APOC, but I grinded for him in Arena. So I'm very happy to have him. I love having the 5-star version. Took him up to rank 5 as soon as I got him, but that grind though. I did 100 mil for him. Overshot for sure, but still 100 mil. Recent Batman film looks awesome. I'm excited. The makeup though for Penguin is mad. Like, I have to see how it winds up handling and looking on film in motion. But good lord, the makeup for that guy is amazing. Can't even tell that it's Colin Farrell. You can. I take it back. You can. You just have to look really close. It's kind of like Nicole Kidman from The Hours. It's amazing what a little bit of makeup and prosthetics can do when it's very well done. I'm okay either way. If we wind up going back to theaters, if theaters wind up surviving this, and then they keep coming out with quality content for theaters in a, you know, big screen format, yeah, I'll go. I'll definitely go. But I don't know. At the same time, though, too, it's just so nice being able to just sit and binge and enjoy something at home on your own time. Especially if you either work or keep wonky hours. Still iffy on Patman? That's fair. See how he is in the next trailer, because I'm assuming that they're going to wind up showing a little bit more of dialogue and acting chops and whatnot, but he's done enough things recently that are exceptional where it's like, okay, all right, you have my attention. Blink. Yeah. And the best part, though, too, for that hallway fight is that in each of the subsequent 3 Daredevil outings, Season 2, Defenders, and Season 3, they improve each time. The only downside is that the next 3 are not continuous shots. Like, bona fide continuous shots. It's not spoilers to say it, so don't worry, I'm not spoiling anything specific. But it's stitched together in such a way to make it look like a continuous shot, similar to how like the Birdman, that movie was, to make it look like the entire movie is just one shot. Obviously it isn't, but it looks that way. The end result, though, is still fantastic. Season 2 was good, was really good. Defenders was a heck of a lot of fun. And then Season 3, well, it's not, okay, it's not spoilers to say. Season 3 should have been nominated for an Emmy, was going to be nominated for an Emmy, and then was disqualified because of that technicality, that it wasn't a bona fide continuous shot. Which is absolute crock, and they got robbed, and they deserve to get the Emmy because the Season 3 version of the hallway scene was freaking mad. Absolute mad. And such a good setup. You got so many cool things ahead of you, dude. Season 1 is great. Season 2 is better. Season 3, though, good lord. Season 3 is amazing. Boink, doink, yoink. I really should not have used Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock is not a good matchup for Doom. Because most of his damage is behind the shocks he inflicts once he goes Super Saiyan. And since it's Doom, alright, my dude. Special me, please. I'm just going to eat that, be on the safe side. Do this. I anticipate that he's probably going to go down before I need to throw in the second special 3 that I should get pretty quick. In 2 hits, provided I don't choke. There we go. Yep. That's part of the fun of Fraggle Rock, is just setting up that rotation to just continuously cycle special 3s and then the shock damage you deal afterwards. I enjoy it. Yeah, and then Tom, kudos to Charlie Cox for doing all of the stunts himself. All of the fight scene stunts himself. Much respect. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on. Not sure how I broke free of that one, but I'll take it. Sergio says, I heard a week or two ago that Cosmic Ghost Rider was going to be nerfed. Is that true? No. He was tweaked before he got released, but now that he's been released, he is not going. There's no current plans to adjust adjust his stats at all. I mean, fair warning, anybody is up to be tweaked or altered from month to month depending on the patch notes, because there's always that section at the bottom is like, so and so had this adjusted, so and so had that adjusted. But as far as like, this champion is too good, we're going to nerf them, no, there hasn't been any talk of that from any official channel. Yo, I'm back. Gained an extra 300,000 points in Arena for Aegon, now at 1.1 mil. It's good. You are well over the midway point. Keep going, bud. You got this. Come on, get out of here, Ronan. Weird, even though they updated the AI, I still run into bots in Arena that hold their special too. Yep. Kind of makes me wonder if they said the AI was adjusted, but it really isn't. Kind of feels like for me that it isn't, personally. But, But I will gladly trade slightly less aggressive AI for the nonsense that we had during the Red Goblin week. Because at least Arena is, I wouldn't say relaxing exactly, but much more straightforward. You don't need to worry about the incessant Ring 3 Doom fights. Legacy doing the huge grind right now for Cosmic Ghost Rider. Yes, and I do wish him the best of luck. Legacy, that poor man. He definitely deserves to get the 5. I'm not. It isn't directed towards anyone, but for me, I have learned the hard way that it is much easier and much more reliable to get a champ you're going for out of Arena than trying to get them out of Crystals. Like, I would have had to sell a kidney to try and get the 5-star Apocalypse out of Crystals. And instead, only spent, a couple of sleepless nights doing Arena, and just saved me a bunch of grief, got the champ, didn't go broke. So if you've got the time, Arena is far and away the best way to go. Especially now that they've increased the prize pool. It's not as exciting as opening Crystals, but safer, at least. I know one day Daredevil is going to fight Fisk. I'm looking forward to that. You will hear nothing from me, my friend. You will hear nothing from me. Fiska also more human than I thought he would be story-wise. Yes. Vincent D'Onofrio is amazing. I don't want to say I had a hard time buying him as the character at first. It's just that in every place, in every medium, Daredevil or Kingpin is this like 8-foot tall, 600-pound like quasi sumo wrestler gorilla dude, and then the D'Onofrio is cast, and he's a big dude, but he's realistically large. as opposed to like Baby Hulk. But as soon as he like starts, anytime he gets a scene and he just starts chewing the scenery and just being amazing as an actor, it's like, yep, definitive Kingpin, definitive Daredevil. A definitive Daredevil and definitive Matt Murdock both. Which is something I suppose I should clarify because, like, Ben Affleck, I would say, is a definitive Bruce Wayne, but I wouldn't say a definitive Batman. Much like, you know, any of the other Batman actors are really solid as one aspect of the character, but not the other. Charlie Cox, though, nails both sides of the mask. Again, I say all this with the caveat that Daredevil is my favorite Marvel character, so I am naturally biased. What up, Reaper? How you doing, bud? Sorry to just now get your comment there, but how's it going? Happy Friday. Good to see you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was, and I had no idea who Charlie Cox was before Daredevil. So when they announced the show and they announced who was playing him, I was like, I have no idea who that was. But he showed up in I forget, it was like some rom-com. He was one of the love interests that I had seen him in after the fact. He was in a few seasons of Boardwalk Empire, which was a lot of fun. And he does an extraordinarily convincing American accent, so kudos to him there. I gotta say, I have a huge respect for those actors that can come in and just lose themselves into the character. Like Tom Holland does an amazing American accent. Charlie Cox, like I said, has an amazing American. Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman have really, really solid American accents. Same with, and you know, I would give it to Benedict Cumberbatch too. A little less so, but I'd still give it to him. Whereas you hardly ever see Americans successfully attempting non-American English dialects. Much less so, at least. Fonzo says Egon could be so useful. Yes, he could. Yes, he could. Good luck. I hope you get him. Yes, and Idris Elba. Thank you. How could I forget Idris Elba? Come on. Come on. That dude is so stupid talented. Come on. Come on. There we go. I have the 3-star Cosmic Ghost Rider. Took him to 440, and he's awesome. Love his animations. Yes, I would completely agree. In my opinion, I'd say that Space Ghost probably has the best animations in the game. It's debatable, but in my opinion, probably definitely the best. I got Red Hulk for 32 mil. Very cool. I did 28 mil first round, and I think I did 32, 33 second round. Got him, yeah, and then got him both times as well. He went for stupid low. I do anticipate that's going to change in subsequent weeks for off-week champs. Like it's probably going to creep up, jump up at first, and then creep up as scores often do. But yeah, I could get really used to a chill like 30 mil grind for a featured. Boink. Yo, what's up, Black Knight? Happy Friday, my friend. Sorry, I'm just getting caught up on chat here. What's up, Black Knight? Hope you're doing well. Matthew stopping in saying, or Torch. He's SIG83. There you go. What's up, Matthew? Minkle? Sorry if I mispronounced that. Minkle7 saying, good luck. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Hope all you guys are doing well. Hope the week has found you guys well. Welcome to the stream, all. It's good to have you. Leo doing the South African accent was really good in Blood Diamond. I'd forgotten about that. That was a good movie. That was a very fun movie. Speaking of South African accents, though, Charlize Theron, when she gets going with her native South African, too, it's impressive. I mean, she's impressive, period, but a lot of good actors out there. A lot of good actors out there. I watched a film a few weeks back just because Idris Elba was in it. He's very talented. Yes, there was one. I forget. It was a Netflix special, or Netflix exclusive one. I forget what it was called. It wasn't Last King of Scotland, because that was the one with Forrest Whitaker, I think. I'm drawing a blank on it. But Idris Elba was a warlord in Africa. Congo, I think? I don't remember. But, point being, very good movie. Very, very good movie. I understand actors signing on to doing like big budget blockbuster movies, Marvel movies, superhero movies really in general. But like the stuff where they can actually like sink their teeth into like a character and kind of make it their own. Something that's a bit more of a drama than a... This is not going to be good, is it? Those are always super impressive. Speaking of super impressive, I think that's the first time I ever fully dexed Sparkles Special 2. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Chris stopping in saying, yo, what is good? A lot of stuff's good, my friend. There's a lot of stuff to be grateful, thankful for this fine Friday evening. Friday evening, Saturday morning, whichever it is, wherever it is you're at. Hope it's a good one. Alright, so let's throw Dragon Ball up there, Ultron, and Iceman. Luther was the first time I had seen Idris Elba. Trying to blank on her name. Rose. The character's name I think was Rose. The antagonist foil to Luther in Luther. First time I had seen her in something too, and she's been in a bunch of stuff. She's in His Dark Materials right now as well. Number of Disney films 2. Very fun show. Very fun show. I discovered Luther right after I got through Sherlock, just because I was on that BBC kick. Quality programming. Black Knight grinding my soul away. Well, hopefully you got a bit of that left. Hopefully you get a bit of that left. Either way, best luck on the stream. Or on the stream. Wow, that was dumb. Best luck on the grind. I don't even know where my mind was at on that one. Best luck on the grind. Speaking of the grind, how many champs do you guys think we have got left this year? 3 or 4? Because we got the 2 in November for sure, but usually they wind up either cutting December short, like having one new champ the first half and then just reruns the rest of the year. Not sure. I'm gonna speculate and say 3. I don't know. We'll see. They inevitably always do the rerun arena, where you just get a featured 5-star crystal with 20 champions, and in this case. Wouldn't be very surprised if we don't see a 6-star for sale that has a featured champ from this year too. Idris is going to be Bloodshot. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Whoever it is, he is probably going to do a really solid job with. Let's do that and that and that. Right, Minkle, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, she's South African, yeah. But I was just saying actors who do really solid American accents. I'm setting my alarm clock every 2 hours so my champions can refresh and I can get a better chance at Aegon. That's what you gotta do. That really is what you gotta do. The Mountain Between Us was the film with Idris Elba and Kate Winslet. Very good. Yeah, that the plane crash, right? I had heard good things about it, and both actors are really fun to watch. I haven't seen it, but I'm glad to hear the recommendation though. And bonk, bonk, bonk. Bloodsport. Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, that makes more sense. Still, he's gonna be good in it. He arguably was the best part of the Dark Tower movie, even though that kind of didn't do as well, I think, as they were hoping it was gonna do. But oh. Go. Actually, what am I doing? There we go. I just throw a special 3 and just be done with that nonsense. Hey, there's another English actor with American access. Speaking of Sherlock, yeah, Benedict. He's got a very passable American accent. I'll give him that. It's very passable. It's convincing enough. I'll say that. It's convincing enough. Boink. 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 I love fights with Mordo. I love Mordo. He's so silly. Alrighty, so who we got here next? Let's throw up Black Bolt and Moon and Mysterio. Why not? What am I sitting at right now? 12 mil, I think. Something like that. Almost 13. Sweet. Now I haven't heard, are they doing another season of Sherlock? Or are they just talking about doing another season of Sherlock? Me personally, I hope it's done. Not because I disliked it, but quite the opposite. I enjoyed it very much, but I think they should have ended it at season 3 and not come back for season 4, because they came back for season 4 and it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, you ended it, it ended on an extremely high note, and now you're back, and the story you have to tell isn't really worth bringing everybody back for. Kind of like with the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, right? You had 1, you had 2, you had 3. Tied. First one stood by itself. Next 2 formed a very nice little tidy trilogy. And then they did Pirates 4, which was like, oh, okay, well. Best part about Pirates 4 is that it introduced me to, Rodrigo and Gabriella, who did the guitars for the soundtrack. You know, Hans Zimmer did, you know, the main score and like maybe, and the Mermaids theme. But then Rodrigo and Gabriella did everything else. And they are just a delight. What Gabriella can do with a guitar is insane. Very talented. And then they did, you know, Pirates 5. And it's just like, just put it out to pasture, guys. Put it out to pasture. Boink. I'm at 10 million so far in 4-star featured. Quickest I've reached 10 mil so far. Good. Good. That means that you'll be able to get to a safe spot well in advance of the arena ending, which is always a nice feeling. Give you a little bit of breathing space, too. If they do another season of Sherlock, I demand Andy Serkis be in it. As the villain, maybe. I'm down. And there we go. 45 minutes later, crash number 2. I loved the beginning of this series, then it went downhill. Loved Robert Downey Jr. in his Sherlock roles. They're supposed to be doing a third one. I think that has been greenlit now, that they got Jude Law back too. I don't remember if Guy Ritchie is coming back for it as well, but you got the 2 leads for sure. And those are very fun in their own right. Like, it's got some of the best Sherlock action. I feel like the BBC series was a bit more true to the character, I suppose, as being more of a deductive genius as opposed to a borderline action star. Not discounting the Guy Ritchie movies. It's very fun. Very, very fun. But its own separate thing, you know? So I do hope that they wind up following through with the third, and I do hope it's very well done, too. Wouldn't mind seeing Numi Rapace come back in some role, some extension of the role as well. He kind of exhausted the character, I think, in the second one, but she's always a lot of fun to see on the screen. Boink. Just watched the first Pirates recently. Fun movie. It is. It is. It's just one of those things that's just like just screams instant classic. A little cheesy. CG doesn't really hold up as well as it did, you know, when it came out in 2003, something like that. But in terms of telling a tight-knit story with a clear beginning, middle, and end, and making the most of the characters, like I kind of feel like was it Elizabeth Swan kind of overstayed the character's welcome? No, that's not right. They kind of they ran out of things to do with her, I would say, in the subsequent movies, which was a shame. First one though, much more so than the later ones. Cheers. I would have to say that my least favorite thing about the first three Pirates movies is that it put enough hubris in the idea of Bruckheimer and Johnny Depp that when they went to do Lone Ranger, they just absolutely butchered it. Because they tried to make Lone Ranger pirates, and that is nowhere near what Lone Ranger is. And it suffers immensely for it. So, I mean, I'm hoping that they can resuscitate the series somehow. So I'd love to see Lone Ranger done better, done right. Or Zorro, for that matter. But, we'll see. I'm actually kind of surprised they haven't done a Zorro again. Because that seems like that would be such a natural fit for a streaming service. Because the last one, I mean, the last American release was the Antonio Banderas one, I think, right? And that's already been a couple decades. But, I mean, you put like a decent budget behind it, too. It could be fun. I mean, even if you get like a big, well-known Latino actor behind it that an American audience is familiar with, like if you put Diego Luna in the role as Zorro, that could be a lot of fun too. But I wouldn't mind seeing a bunch of different takes on the character. Have they come out with season 2 of Narcos Mexico yet? I'm trying to remember. I think they did, I just don't think I ever saw it. Oscar Isaacs would be really fun if it's an American telling of Zorro. Because he could do it. I'm not familiar enough with how good Oscar Isaac's Spanish is. But in order to do Zorro right, they would have to do like what they did with Narcos, right? And just like be honest, be true, and be frank. It's like, okay, it's a Mexican story that takes place in Mexico, so have the actors speak Spanish. You know, have subtitles so non-Spanish speakers know what they're saying, sure, but I think that would fly a lot more in the modern 2020s cinema atmosphere, at least. For me personally, it's more interesting to watch too. The 70s version of Zorro. I haven't seen that one. No, I haven't seen that one. I used to read the old, my dad's old Zorro comics from like 50s, 60s, something like that. And I mean, they've done the Zorro comics ad nauseum since then, with various different angles, different tellings. It's like, you know, really playing up the Zorro as Batman bit, like down to the to everything, the theme, the thematic, uh, atmosphere building, pacing. So like he's always in the shadows, stuff like that. It's like that's fine. Not my not my preference, but keeping the character going could be interesting. Yeah, actually, Pedro Pascal could do it too. I mean, he's got the mustache already. Boink, boink, yoink. Actually, what I think of it, I should really look that up. Narcos Mexico Season 2. Okay, it did. It came out right before COVID. So it came out February this year. Cool. Okay, then I gotta get on that. Because season one of Mexico was so good. Again, Diego Luna just absolutely killing it. But then it's always fun to see Michael Pena in a serious role as well. Obviously, he's got the comedy chops, but like seeing him in serious stuff, like in End of Watch as well. Did I freeze? I think I froze. I'm gonna assume that Dodgers won tonight. They're up. They were up in the ninth inning, so I'm assuming. Mandalorian is very good, so long as Pedro remembers to take off the helmet for Zorro. I mean, you could just have like the domino mask over the Mando helmet. Could be interesting. He can keep the pistols. He's got the whole gunslinger thing going already. He just needs to steal the dark saber from Moff Gideon, and then there you go. So laggy. Hmm. All Alright, come on, Magic. Let's dance. Boink, doink, yoink. Have Baby Yoda in there too. Yeah, he could be like the Capitan or somebody. You just give Baby Yoda the big giant bushy mustache. Pit them against each other. All I know is that Baby Yoda and a giant sombrero probably would fare fairly well merchandise-wise. Oh man. Doink. Realm stopping in saying, hey guys, what's up, Realm? Happy Friday, good to see you. Always a pleasure. Ooh, ouch. I am sorry, dude. I am sorry to hear that. You could always try submitting a ticket just in case. Petition for him. I do think, though, that that is a bit of a shortcoming on Kabam's part. It's like, hey, you know, you have to join an alliance by a certain point for a cutoff to get rewards, but there should also inversely be a cutoff for you to still be able to claim rewards in case either, like in this case, either you get kicked or there's other shenanigans. Just to prevent such a thing. Because if you play it, you know, 90% of an entire season, it's pretty crummy to still come up short. Happened to me once too. It's not fun. Season rewards should be divided by how many wars you fought. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Or participated in. Not that I think it's a resounding problem, but just in case someone's just tagging along and everybody else is carrying them. That way it's fair to the people that participate. Do that, do this, and do this. You know, Tom, I am intrigued now. I am intrigued. Maybe. Alright. Come on, Rhino. Let's wrap this thing up. Doink. Alright. Let's do that. And then let me just jump over here quick. let's do this. Because it's about that time of the night to start thinking about wrapping things up, unfortunately. But want to look to see good about getting a raid going. Go say howdy to Max. Max is currently doing a top 300 grind for Space Ghost. So I'm gonna go wind up dropping a link here in the comment section here in a sec, and we can go and wish him well. There we go. So link is right there under the handle Rob Von Raid. I'm gonna be stopping over there and saying howdy when the stream wraps up here in just a little bit. Do hope to see you guys there. Max is a good guy, and again, like I said, wish him well. And yes, I am a scrub with Space Ghost, but that bursty special 2 damage. Say his name. Alright, everybody. But that is going to do me for tonight. I want to thank you all for hanging out here the last couple hours. It is always a pleasure getting to chat and gab with you guys. Helps the time fly by talking about all the fun stuff, movies, Daredevil, Netflix, all that good stuff. So cheers, kudos to you. If you haven't already, if you kindly like the video, also smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell at the top of the page, because all that stuff helps me out immensely with all the YouTube algorithm shenanigans, and I do very much appreciate it. Let's see, today is Friday, so I will be streaming tomorrow night as well, same time, same place for round 3 of the Space Ghost Arena, doing Milestones. Hope to see you guys then. Same time, same place, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to go from there. But until next time, all, take care, talk soon, stay safe, and be well, everybody. Bye for now.